Hello everyone. Here are 10 questions to practice for Math ACT. The first question, if 3x over 5 equals 2 over 9, what is x? This question can be solved in two ways. Either trying to substitute the answers in x and finding out which one will end up in 2 over 9, or solving the question or the equation by cross multiplication and finding x. Now, it's really smart to observe the answers quickly and exclude some of them. Like, I don't think 3 times 6 over 5 would end up in 2 over 9 because that's 18 over 5. And I don't think also 1 over 9. So I might substitute C and B and D quickly with my calculator to try to find the answer. And here you go. The answer is D, because 3 times 10 over 27 divided by 5 will end up in 2 over 9. The second way can be by cross multiplication. You will end up in 3x times 9 equals to 5 times 2. Simplifying it or solving it for x would end up in x is equal to 10 over 27. The question here says, at a fast food restaurant, a hamburger is $3, French fries $1.5, drink is $2, but a value meal with a hamburger, French fries, and a drink is for $5.50. So supposedly this is going to save your money or will cost less than buying each one individually. How much money will a customer save by buying the food and drinks in 4 meals instead of buying all of the items separately? Okay, so how much does buying the items separately cost for 4 times? Like 4 hamburgers and 4 French fries and 4 drinks. So how will you calculate that? 3 times 4 and 1.5 times 4 plus 2 times 4, which will end up that he will pay $26. What about if he bought the meal 4 times? 5.5 times 4 ends up in 22. What is left? What is left is to subtract 26 minus 22, and your answer will be C. In this question, it says sound travels at 343 meters per second in air and 1,484 meters per second in water. If a driver hears an explosion underwater that is 3 kilometers away, watch out because this is kilometers, but the speed here was in meters per second. How much faster to the nearest second will she hear it if she's underwater versus if she is on her small boat? So underwater means you're going to use you are going to use 1,484 meters per second, while if she's on her boat, you are going to use 343 meters per second. So what are we going to do? First of all, change 3 kilometers into 3,000 meters. So we have the same units. The second thing, let's think. Air, 343 meters in 1 second. So the 3,000 meter takes how long? After cross multiplication, you will end up in 8.746 seconds. Underwater, the sound travels 1,484 every second. So for the 3,000 meters, how long will it take? Definitely, we're going to divide the 3,000 by 1,484, and that gave me 2.02 seconds. Now the question was, how much faster will she hear it if she's under the water versus if she is on her small boat? So what shall I do? Subtract the answers. You will get 7 seconds. And so the answer is B. The question says the measurement of the length of a piece of wood is 36 inches plus or minus 3 inches. And the measurement of the length of another piece of wood is 44 inches plus or minus 4 inches. What could be the potentially lowest and highest actual lengths of the two pieces of wood placed directly end to end? Train yourself to carefully and to read it completely. Okay, so end to end means what? We're going to put the two pieces of wood beside each other. Some answers do not make sense. For example, H. How would H make sense if it's 36 and 44? While they want them beside each other. So definitely beside each other, never the minimum length is 36 nor the maximum length is 44. If one wood is 36 and one piece of wood is 44, plus or minus 3 and plus or minus 4. So this answer should be excluded. This answer is definitely wrong. What do you think about the other answers? I would definitely look quickly at the answers. Do the other answers all make sense? I can see one of them only makes sense without any calculations. Do you think putting, for example, 33 plus 40, for example, would give me a 39? Or placing a 33 plus 40 beside it would give me a 33 or a 33? I would definitely exclude the ones that have 33 and 33 as the minimum length, if you understood the question. And of course, 39. Obviously, without any steps, the answer is F, and this should not take a second for you because those four answers, they don't make sense. I am placing the wood end to end. Right? Okay, so the right answer is F, and you can directly just move to the next question. The steps, if you need them, are here. The minimum of the 36 is going to be 33. The minimum of the 44 is going to be 40. So placing them beside each other, the minimum length is 73. And 39 is the maximum length for this piece, and 48 is the maximum length for this piece. So placing them beside each other will give me 87, and so that's why the answer is F. Try to make sense of the answers quickly because here it's not just about steps, it's about smartness and fastness. This question says a plumber provides a free hour consultation. So the first hour is for free and charges $40 per each half an hour thereafter. Okay, read carefully. So after the first hour is for free and then $40 per each half hour thereafter. What expression would represent the total amount of money the plumber would charge for an appointment H hours in length? First of all, I think G or J would make sense to me. Why? Because they have the story related to an hours minus 1. And they said the first hour is for free. So I must include that. Like if you pick F, tab, okay, where is the hour that is for free? Or if you pick H, where is the hour that's for free? And you think it's hours plus 1? Like if he was present there for an hour, he would pay 40 times 2. I guess this one should be excluded too. So over here, the answer is G. And why is it G? Let's see. After an hour, what is happening? They said they pay 40 every half an hour. That means 80 in an hour, right? Makes sense? Okay, which one would show me? F or G would show me that. So it's one of the ones that have 80 in an hour because all of these H's, they said H is the hours, right? So does it make sense 80 times H? So if he stayed for an hour, he would pay 80? No, because if he stayed for an hour, he would pay 0. What about this one here? If he stayed for an hour, he would pay 0. And if he stayed for 2 hours, he would pay 80 because the first hour is for free. And if he stayed for 3 hours, he would pay 80 times 2. And so on. So G makes sense. What is the least common denominator? How do you find the least common denominator? You see the variables or all the factors in the denominator and multiply them by each other the greatest number of times they appeared. Although it's called least, but we take each and every variable or number in the denominator, the greatest number of times they appeared, and multiply them by each other. So x appeared once here and appeared once here, so the answer has x in it. Now you can exclude C, D, and E because the answer has only x. And how many y? 1y or y to the power of 2? Again, we take each variable the greatest number of times it appeared, so we're going to take y squared, and so the answer is B. This question says an employee is offered the option between working at an hourly rate with no overtime of 25 per hour. This is one option, or a salaried position at a salary of $50,000 per year. What is the minimum number of hours the employee should work so that it will be financially advantageous to be paid hourly instead of salaried? Did you understand the question? One method of payment is getting paid 25 per hour, and the other method is taking 50,000 per year. They're asking us for the minimum number of hours, and here I have all the hours in front of my eyes. The minimum number of hours, the minimum, okay, that he should work to be working on this system 25 per hour is advantageous than taking 50,000. So I want to get paid. I want him to get paid more than 50,000. So 50,000 itself is not accepted because I want this offer to be better than this offer. So what could we do? We can quickly look at the answers. And I have something very nice. Which one of those do you think would give me 50,000 because I want more than 50,000? Yeah, I think J would give me the 50,000, right? Because 25 times 2 is 50. So quickly, I think the answer is K, because all these are less than 50,000. Again, if you're trying to guess, always start with the middle number, especially that they are given in ascending order. Start with H and then see if you need to substitute numbers less than that or numbers more than that. Okay, so by common sense, I think 2001 is the answer. How? I would try, for example, 1,501 multiplied by 25. He's going to get paid 37,525, and that's less than 50,000. You want to try the 2,000? Yeah, but actually 2 times 25 would definitely give me the 50,000, and I want more than that. Do you still have to do steps to find out that the answer is K? No, you can just pick K and run because the answer is definitely K, and this is the minimum number of hours that he should work to get paid better than 50,000. So the answer is K. Here's a little bit tricky question, although it's quite easy, but they can trick you here and there. Which of the subtraction expressions on the number line below would have the smallest value? So again, remember, negative numbers are of course smaller than positive numbers, right? And here they asked which of the subtraction expressions, and all the answers are subtractions. For me, I added these numbers, they were not there. If you need to add them, this is going to be negative 1.5, this is going to be negative 0.5, and this is 0.5, and this is 1.5. So, do you think C minus B would give me the smallest value? This is going to give me a positive number, right? And the distance is 1 because 0.5 minus 0.5 would give me 1. And they want the smallest value. But I think if I got negative answers are going to be right. So do you think we need to go left, like C minus B, B minus A, or we should go A minus B or B minus C to get negative answers? Okay, if you want to try them all, but you need to save your time. I don't think C minus B nor B minus A because they are equal to each other, right? And they're all equal to 1. So do you think D minus A? Again, that's also from the left to the right, and that will also give me a positive answer. I don't care what exactly is the answer, but it's a positive answer. But if you observed quickly D and E, you would have thought it's one of them, because these are the ones that would give me negative answers, and these are the ones that would give me the smallest values. So do you think A minus D will be smaller, or B minus D will be smaller? I guess A minus D, because that's going to give me minus 3, right? And what about B minus D? That would give me minus 2. So be smart and don't let them trick you. The right answer quickly would be this distance going from the left to the right, the longest distance, which is A minus D. What is the value of B in the following equation? So observe quickly and remember quickly that it is equal to 9 to the power of 1. So if I get this number double this number, I'm going to end up in this equal to this, right? Which one? Do you think substituting 0 would give me the right answer? This will be 1 and this is going to be 9 to the power of 3. So no way. Do you think 1 would give me here double this? This is going to be 4 and this is going to be 4, and no way 3 to the power 4 is equal to 9 to the power 4. And be smart and quick. Do you think this one, this is going to be 8 and this is going to be 5? No, I want this to be double this. This exponent or this power to be double this. Let's try 3 to the power of 4 times 3 would give me 12. And here 3 plus 3 would give me 6. Is 3 to the power of 12 equal to 9 to the power of 6? Yes, because 9 is 3 to the power of 2, and 2 times 6 is 12. So yes, the answer is J. The last question here says jar A is 3 times the volume of jar B. Read the question carefully and try to understand it. So jar A is 3 times the volume of jar B. So if jar B is 1, for example, meter cubed, this is 3 meter cubed, and so on. If jar A is 2/3 full, so jar A, 2/3 of it is full. And jar B, 1/3 of it is full. And remember, jar B is already 1/3 of jar A, because jar A is 3 times the volume of jar B. By what fraction will jar A be full if all the contents of jar B are poured into it? Did you understand the question? So the 2/3 plus whatever that will be, I will pour from jar B. So definitely half is wrong, because 2/3 is 0.6, and I'm still gonna add another amount, right? But all the other answers are I would definitely exclude C as well, because it's already 2/3 and I'm still gonna add more, so I would exclude A and C. It's very beneficial to exclude answers, okay? So you decrease the number of choices that you have. Now, all these other ones are more than 0.6. Let's see how can we analyze this question, or how can we understand this question. If jar A is 3, jar B is 1 piece. Okay, so this one I drew it for you as 3 pieces. And jar B is just 1 piece, but I divided it into 3 parts. I will tell you why. So this one is supposedly equal to one of those. All of it is equal to one of those, because this is 3 and this is only 1. Now, jar A is full, only 2/3 of it is full. 2 of the 3 pieces is full. And jar B, 1 of the 3, if I divide it into 3 equal parts, 1 of 3 is full. So this, if I pour it here, it will come somewhere here, because it's gonna fill somehow 1/3 pieces of this rectangle, right? Let's think again. This is 1/3. What do I mean by that? 1/3 pieces of this jar B. If I divide jar B into 3 pieces, 1/3 of it is full. Okay? But the whole jar is 1 over 3 of what? The whole jar is 1 over 3 of jar A. It's one piece of it only, okay? So what do you think the amount that's going there? Is just 1 over 3 or 1 over 3 of 1 over 3? Here is the thing. First of all, 2 over 3 is going to be added, right? 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3, this amount of the 1 over 3. Because this piece, as we said, is 1 over 3 of jar A. So 1 over 3 of 1 over 3 means of always means multiply. So try to think about it. It's 2 over 3 plus 1/3 times 1/3. Okay, so this amount here is 1 over 3 of 1 over 3. And your answer would be D, which is 7 over 9.